Hello, and welcome to Rome's Fiumicino Airport, where today I will be flying on Iceland's flag carrier, Icelandair, to their hub in Keflavik on their 737 MAX 8 in economy class. Fiumicino is laid out in two terminals, with Terminal 1 used for flights within the Schengen area and Terminal 3 for non-Schengen flights. Icelandair flies once daily between the two cities and uses a check desk on far south of Terminal 1, which opens 3 hours prior to departure. After checking in and dropping off my checked bag, I made my way to security, which was a breeze. I made it through in less than 5 minutes and proceeded through the maze of duty-free shops that seem to be in every European airport, though luckily this duty-free wasn't nearly as long of a maze as the one at London Stansted. Once airside, the airport was a mess. It was crowded beyond belief and incredibly chaotic. I also had to wait for about an hour before my gate was even announced. As soon as it was announced, I made my way to the gate to escape the chaos of the airside area. Our gate today was A27, one of several bus gates in Terminal 1. Boarding was soon called, and Icelandair has one of the most chaotic boarding processes I have ever seen. They don't board in groups and just have everyone line up at once and push forward to board. This leads to one of the most chaotic and unnecessarily long boarding processes I have ever seen. Boarding took almost an hour, which could take the time, as it does on Southwest Airlines here in the US. Once on the bus, we rode over to another gate, got off the bus, and went up some stairs to a jet bridge, which really confused me as to why we couldn't have just boarded straight from this gate and not bothered with the whole bus thing. Here's our ride over to Keflavik, a 6-year-old 737 MAX 8 registered as Tango Foxtrot India Charlie Hotel. Icelandair configures their MAX 8s in a two-class configuration with a total of 160 seats. 60 seats Saga class, Icelandair's business class, configured in a 2-2 configuration with recliners, and 144 seats in economy class, configured in a 3-3 configuration. My seat for this 4.5-hour flight would be 23F, a standard economy seat. The seat is very well padded and has a fully adjustable headrest that can be adjusted up and down as well as on the sides. Legroom is very good, and just for reference, I'm 5'11". On the seat back in front of you, there is an adjustable tray table and a large IFP screen, a USB port, and headphone jack. Above you is the standard reading light and personal air vent. We pushed back right on time and made our way over to Fiumicino's runway 25. Icelandair's IFE system is fast and modern and has an OK flight map, which isn't adjustable and just cycles through the different map views. There's an OK selection of movies and TV shows, but nothing special. Icelandair offers Wi-Fi for purchase, which I opted against. Icelandair's business model can be a bit strange, as they do some things as a full-service carrier, like offering a business class, not charging for carry-on bags, seat selection, or checked bags for most fares, and having an IFE system and power port for each seat. But they do other things like a low-cost carrier. They do not offer any free food aboard, though the selection of food for purchase is pretty good and everything is fairly reasonably priced. The bathroom on board is pretty standard, offering a normal toilet, sink, mirror, and changing table. It was clean even 3 hours into this flight. The views on this flight were spectacular as there were no clouds over the Alps, so I got to enjoy them in all their glory. I would highly recommend sitting on the right-hand side of the aircraft during this flight, as the best views of the Alps will come on this side. After about 4 hours in the air, Iceland came into view, signifying the beginning of our descent into Keflavik. The flight was very pleasant, and the seat was comfortable, and the IFE screen was a great addition, though the lack of free food was a bit of a downer. Icelandair uses the lack of complimentary food as a cost-cutting measures, which is one of the reasons, along with operating a mostly new, narrow-body fleet, that they are able to offer cheap fares between Europe and the US, using Iceland's central location in the North Atlantic as a base to connect people through. They were by far the cheapest airline to get me back home, and have the added benefit of offering so-called stopovers. They allow you to stay in Iceland for up to a week with no extra charge on your ticket. If you are willing to accept the lack of complimentary food and a connection in Keflavik for a cheaper flight, Icelandair is a wonderful carrier that I would highly recommend. We flew over the Reykjanes Peninsula before lining up for landing on Keflavik's runway 28. So Keflavik Airport is Iceland's main major hub, which is located about 45 minutes south of the capital, Reykjavik. And it's an old US military base from World War II that has long runways, and Icelandair decided to use that as their hub rather than Reykjavik's central airport, which is located right in the center of the city, and which Icelandair uses for its domestic flights on its small turboprops. We pulled into a bus gate and were in the terminal in no time. The beauty of Keflavik is that there is no need to clear customs on a flight from Europe, so I was through the terminal and landside within a matter of minutes after disembarking. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, then be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you all in my next trip report.